when somebody starts like looking for charcuterie, what is the journey that they take? And what is it that you should do to set yourself up so that you end up on that journey somewhere that they find you? So our first thing really is to discuss, how do people find us? Mm-hmm. They can't buy from you until they know you exist. Welcome to the Charcuterie and Cottage Biz podcast, the show for makers, bakers, and food creators ready to turn their kitchen skills into real income without all the overwhelm. We're your hosts, Andrea and Patty, the Grazing Biz Sisters, a professionally trained chef and a multi-million-dollar marketing strategist with over 60 years combined experience helping entrepreneurs start, price, market, and grow profitable food businesses. Whether it's a side hustle or a full-time dream, you're in the right place. Now let's start the show. Hey, welcome back to the Charcuterie Business Podcast. How are you, everyone? Thanks for joining us today. Hey, sister, what's happening over there?
Not a whole lot, just hanging out in the heat, just like we always do.
Yeah, it's hanging out in the heat. Oh my God. And the wind, right?
Yeah, and the wind. I live in northern Arizona, so it's windy up here. Very windy up here.
Very windy. Well, we're going to cut to the chase today because we have so much to cover. And really what we wanted to focus on today was explain and give people the kind of overview about why having a luxury charcuterie website is really important to help you make more money to grow your business. And so today we're going to go through the 7 secrets of turning your side gig of charcuterie into a full-time gig. So just from our own experience doing this after a while, because we know that most charcuterie businesses are relying on, basically who don't have websites, are relying on word of mouth using Facebook or Instagram. But unfortunately, that's not the most productive way to do this. What happens after somebody does hear about you, basically? How are people really going to get orders in, and are you going to do everything manually? So today we're going to walk you through the entire customer journey, and our goal is to do it in less than 30 minutes. We've had this chat that we're going to try to stay under 30 minutes. So hopefully you'll stick around. But from the moment somebody finds you and your business until they become a customer and then a repeat customer, you know a lot about repeat customers, right, Andrea?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, a lot of them come from various different places, but once they get you, once you get them as a customer, the assumption is you're going to do a great job for them, and then they just keep coming back. And then on top of that, they refer. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, we are. Well, before we do, it occurs to us that some of you may not know who we are. So I'm actually going to share my screen really quick and take you through to our website, because our website here, if you're on this page, can probably see this. I mean, we'll move some stuff around. You can probably see this if you're on our actual site, but if you go to our site, you're going to see who we are. And so basically, who are we and why are we so passionate about charcuterie and online selling? So without sitting here reading this, Andrea's sister, why don't you tell everybody who you are and why you're here? in 1 minute or less.
I try to do it in a minute or less. I'm not a youngin' anymore, so it could take a little bit. The long and short of it is I am a professional chef by training. That's what I've done my entire professional life. A few years back, I decided I didn't want to be in that grind anymore, and here I am out doing charcuterie. I do other catering and other marketing things, but everything I do is food related. So I just started to roll into that because I wanted to be my own employer. I just wanted to be self-employed. I didn't want to work for any big corporate companies or anybody else anymore. And that is how we started working together.
That's right. So yes, my little sister and I, we both live in Arizona. And yes, she does sell things. This is a cheese earring, and this one is a this one is a avocado. Anyway, she does sell other food-related things other than food. But the point is, she's selling food and food items online and also at outdoor events. Well, when her and I started chatting, first of all, I have been a digital marketer, but I started out as a paralegal many, many years ago. I did that for a long time. And then in the early 2000s, I got my real estate license and became a top producing real estate agent. as a result of that, we had to do a lot of marketing. And little did they tell us when we were in real estate school that we need to go learn to be a marketer first in order to get business, but we have to do that. Anyway, after 22 years in the business, I am happy still doing it. But to be honest with you, I would rather be here now helping my sister with her online food business. And that's what happened. She came to me and asked me, can you help me? Because all of my business has been online, digital, getting business online, selling online. I actually wrote a best-selling book for the real estate industry on how to sell online. So the real estate industry is one of the toughest kind of businesses to sell and to get business from. So I figured, well, if I can help in the real estate industry, I can certainly help in the food industry, which is, by the way, way more fun, just so I know.
Yeah, I know. It is. It's a lot more fun.
We are
I don't even know.
Yeah, it is so much more fun. And it's a lot more fun to talk with folks that are happy about what they're doing. So, I mean, the bottom line is what we really want to do is just make sure that that people understand that you have a way to make money with your food passion. And we got into charcuterie. We ended up making we built a charcuterie mobile cart. We have catered a number of events and done our boards and our gifts and all of these things. And subsequently, we also started a podcast. We cater to both the charcuterie and cottage biz industry, and people love us. And so if you haven't checked us out, there'll be a link somewhere that you can click on and join and go follow us. But we didn't just roll out of the womb. And our goal really right now is to help you understand how important it is to have like your online presence when it comes to your business. So today we are going to talk about the 7 secrets to turning your side gig into a full-time gig, right? First things first, we're going to kind of go through the funnel, right? There's a funnel, and a funnel basically means when somebody starts like looking for charcuterie, what is the journey that they take? And what is it that you should do to set yourself up so that you end up on that journey somewhere that they find you? So our first thing really is to discuss, how do people find us? They can't buy from you until they know you exist. So let's talk about that really quick. You know, we have Google searches, which people go on Google and they might type in charcuterie near me, right? Or whatever it is that you're selling. SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. And that basically helps you with your website get seen. And nowadays, there's another thing called GEO, which is helping you get found via the AI search engine models that are out there. So there's a lot that people can find you. But here's what most people do. If you think about it, if somebody is looking for anybody who can provide charcuterie services, most likely they're going to start online, right? And they might go straight to Google and type in charcuterie near me or charcuterie in Tampa, Florida, or wherever they're at. And so your goal, all of our goals, is to be seen when they do that, right? So that's really important. Other ways would be through social media, right? And I know, Andrea, you're the first to admit you really are not a big social media person. You don't do a ton of it. Because it's frustrating, and it is. And, you know, I actually got kicked off of Facebook the other day for a few moments. That gave me a little mini heart attack, but it was because I was logged into a hotel internet, and apparently Facebook didn't like that. So anyway, but we want people to find us. How are people finding you in your catering food and your charcuterie business right now? Like, what are you doing mostly?
So mostly because I do markets, I do in-person markets. And I would say that probably 60% of my business just comes from meeting people in person. Now, with that being said, what happens is you have to have the social medias, you have to have a website, because that, as we will talk about, brings that just authority that you are a human being, that you know what you're doing. They can look you up. They can get all the information they need about you, your products, all the different things that you do. In my case, I do a bazillion different things. And they can just confirm that you're legit, essentially. Sure. And that's why these websites and Unfortunately, social media is important. I don't
Yeah.
do a ton of social media. I don't need to rely on it because the website honestly does the work for me. So
Yeah.
it's just another avenue for them to find me, and then they can click on the
Right.
website from the pages. So
Right. So
that's
what's
how
going
it
to happen
happens.
is if somebody does go in and says, "Oh, I'm a charcuterie near me," ideally you want to show up on that map. If you ever went in
Hmm.
now, in fact, I challenge anyone listening today to go and run a search charcuterie near me and see who's out there, and you're going to see the
Yeah.
map show up. And you want to be on that map, and you can be, and it doesn't take that much, believe it or not. It doesn't take that much
Hmm.
because your competition is probably out there, but nobody knows they exist because they're not here watching
Right.
this video. But
Right.
so that's really important. You want to get your Google, your business profile set up. But once people find you, they're going to click on something to try to see if you're legit. And if they go, they're not going to be able to find you on Instagram. They're not going to be found on Facebook because those things aren't necessarily searchable, especially if you don't have like business pages set up. And the only reason people know that you sell it is because you put it on a post once and said, "Oh, I might even sell these tables and I might sell these
Right.
boards every now," so that's really not searchable. So you really, really want to make sure that you get some kind of online presence. So your website is your home base. Everything
Hmm.
should point people there. And you want your site to look nice. You don't want it to be, just something that you scraped up out of nowhere, out of other, because you want to look legit, especially if you're going to do a luxury type, if you want to make more money, go for the luxury angle, right? Ideally. So, okay, so the step 2 now is capturing leads. Now, a lead is somebody that might have an interest in what you offer, and they're maybe not quite ready to buy yet. They're just happen to come across you. They have put in, where is charcuterie near me? Because I'm considering during the holidays, or, we got an upcoming holiday coming up that who can I make sure I tap into? So when people do actually land on your website, how is it that people that you can stay in front of these folks? And so this is what we call a lead. They're called a prospect. And this is Patty, marketing girl, coming out.
I know. For
So
the rest of the world, it's potential customers.
thank
So
you. Yes,
yeah.
yes. Future potential customers, where in my world
Yes.
we call them leads, but that really is what they are. So
Hmm.
there are a lot of ways that, say, someone can come to your website. Now this is where I think a lot of us we don't understand because we haven't been doing this. I have, because in my real estate years, I mean, we've had to, I mean, leads, it's all a numbers game. When somebody comes to your site, you want to give them other reasons to want to fork over their contact information. So what we call these is like a lead capture form and a lead offer, some sort of offer that people will give up their contact info to. So you've probably been to sites before, Andrew, where things have popped up and you go, "Oh yeah, I want to get on that mailing list," or "I want to get that coupon,"
Hmm.
or "I want to get that free entertainment guide," or maybe a reminder of the upcoming, 4th of July boards that they're going to offer and the specials they're going to offer and all of that. But put people on basically a mailing list. So that requires you need some forms on your site to be able to capture leads. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to have to buy anything. They're just going to say, "Yes, I want that free thing." So if you went to a site, Andrew, what would you sign up for that would be worth it for you to give them your name and your email and maybe your phone number? Like, what kind of thing would you sign up for if you knew you
Well,
wanted something?
for me personally, it's usually to get free recipes or to get a newsletter pertaining to whatever the subject might be.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I think a lot of people really do enjoy getting maybe a free recipe or a free video or something along those lines. But I think
Yeah.
the newsletter thing is one of the things I see the most. And when I go to log into something, and if I'm willing to give my address up, it is specifically because they have some information that I could use somehow,
Right.
some way, you
Exactly.
know?
How about when you offer up something like, "Oh, as a discount code," or "Be a member of the
Right,
birthday club. Every time your birthday
right,
rolls around, you get a discount." I mean, stuff
right.
like that. So what's great about this is that once you capture their information, it goes into a software, which now, don't get too concerned over the terms, but it's called a customer relationship management software. And so what you want your system to be able to be connected to is something like that, so that once they fill out a form, and it's all on autopilot, that you can simply just put their info, just dumps right into the software. And then the software then can market to them over a long period of time. And it's just stuff that's set up, content, emails, texts that are set up to send out for major holidays and things like that. So the systems can be set up to do that. And what we do that. I do that every day of the week. Every day of the week, I capture leads and people are getting into my world. And now what's awesome about this is that if you do, like I unfortunately got kicked off of Facebook for about 2 hours over the weekend and had a freak out. I capture email addresses. I own those email addresses. I own those names and phone numbers if they give them to me. And so now I can contact them because they opted in to get information. So most food websites out there are not doing this. They don't. All they do is set up and say, here's a picture, come over here, give me money, if they do it at all, right? If they even do that at all. Most of the people have to contact them to get the money. So that's our next thing, step number 3. We want to make it easy for people who come to our website to order and actually make it better for us, so we can actually plan ahead to have the food ready, right? And not go out and spend money to put all this money into our inventory and then not sell it, or go and make a bunch of boards and then try to sell them. Ideally, we'd love them to order in advance, right? So what are those things, Andrew, that we might be able to do to make buying easier for people? What do we want to have on our website, basically?
Well, you want to have really, really nice pictures of your products, whatever they may be, and obviously clear descriptions about what the choices are, and just make sure that it's really easy for them to navigate through it. If you make it super complicated, have maybe too many options to choose from where they have to drop down, and you'd want to make it easy. So you just say, this is what it is. This is the price. These are the sizes of those with those prices corresponding. Keep it real simple. And that way, because we do a lot of consulting with a lot of different people. And one of their biggest complaints is they're going through Facebook or they're going through messaging. The amount of time that you have to put into responding back to individuals who want something from you is insane. Now it's you always want to follow up, but our software will do that for you. It saves you so much time. It's just the whole craziness of people struggling through that DM me, blah, 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 or call me or text me or whatever. It's a pain in the neck. So it's automatic ordering happens. And that way you can just call them once and confirm it and just, you're good to go. They pay online, everything's safe and secure, and no dealing with cash,
Well,
all
I
of
think
that.
that's key. You can take credit cards online. So as far as the website, though, goes, when they get to the site, our goal really is to be sure that they can see what you offer. And then when that point, they can actually schedule to and pay online. So there needs to be clear pricing. They need to see, okay, if you've got, let's give an example. We have 3 different size boards that we offer, or we're offering up, I suppose you could do a grazing table, but ideally it's probably products that you can easily make up and plan, and then you can plan based on the orders that have come in online. So they come in and they schedule. First, they look at the schedule to see if you're available, because that's the big key. You may not be available, but they see that you're available, and then they can see what's available for them to order, and they can buy ahead of time, and you want to collect that money. And now you're being notified. Okay, so we're going to go through all this. But online ordering is really key, and simple checkouts, like Andrea said, and to know that it's secure, that what they're going to order is that they're safe with giving their credit cards. But this is only going to work if your site looks legit and not like some cheesy thing you dug up out of GoDaddy. Because honestly, you're going to You're gonna have challenge. You're gonna have
No offense,
challenges.
GoDaddy. No offense, but
Yeah,
hey,
well,
we've seen them. We've
yeah,
seen
we have.
them.
I have seen them, and it's not so great. But also, how about like you explain a little bit about when you're out at your events? How are people ordering or buying and paying for things? So if you happen to be at an outdoor event and you've got your mobile charcuterie card out there and you want to take money because it's one of those public events, explain
Yeah.
how that online ordering works.
So obviously cash is king. So I do take cash, but I have on my phone the software that we have, it's a tap to pay. I don't have to have any special equipment. All I have to have is internet access, whether it just be my own data. I actually have internet that I carry around with me as well. But it's so easy to use. They just tap to pay. So
Yeah.
let's say you have a $12, $14, whatever it is you're going to charge for a little mini charcuterie board or something that you're making up at your event, and you're making it in person from the cart, and then it's time for them to pay, and all they do is whip their card out and they tap to pay. It does Apple Pay, it does Google Pay, it does everything. So
Hmm.
it just runs off my phone. It's the
Yeah.
best thing ever. I mean, I
Yeah.
was doing markets back in the day where I was struggling with the whole payment system, and actually I used Shopify at that time, and it was still new, and it was terrible. And now
I
it's
got
just
fished. I got
so,
fished on
yeah,
Shopify once and I
yeah.
stopped it right away. It was so bad.
Right, right. A lot of people do. So you can go spend the money on Square and get the equipment and do all that stuff. Or you can just simplify everything and just, here's my phone, tap to pay. And everything is secure. It's not an issue with, I mean, I can't even tell you how many thousands of dollars that I've done this on, and I've never had an issue, never
Right.
once.
Right.
So, and
Well, and again,
I can send the receipts by email. And again, that's another way of capturing people's email address. If they
yeah,
if they give it to you, you can send them their receipt. I don't
that
print
actually
them, and
takes us in.
People are okay with that.
That takes us into step 4 because we're automating the customer's experience. Basically, every customer feels like they're taken care of and they're going to feel much
Hmm.
more confident that, if I'm giving my credit card to you, that it's going to be way more secure. So what we're
Right.
looking at, instant order confirmations, so that the minute that they pay, they're being notified, we got your payment, and thank
Yes.
you. They're going to send a receipt. And then now what we're doing is giving them follow-up instructions on either how to pick up or deliver or whatever you decide you want to do, because you've preset that on your calendar/order. It's a calendar and an ordering system all at once if you do it online. But if you're at an event, then they're just getting confirmations. Either way, they're going to get the confirmation. And then they're going to get reminders, emails, texts
Hmm.
with, hey, it's time to pick it up. We're confirming delivery or whatever you've decided. And or the event confirmations, which is so key. I mean, all of it rolls into, especially we're in such a trust recession right now, which you might have heard
Hmm.
everywhere, that people don't trust anybody, and they want to be able to feel like they trust you. You've never had anyone go, I don't trust you, I'm not going to give you my credit card, have they? They haven't done that, right? Yeah,
Never, ever once have I had that.
yeah,
I just don't have that problem. And
yeah.
I've never had anything go wrong. I've been doing this for 3 years and never had anything go awry. In
Right.
fact, I've just been really fortunate that my products are very successful. I've never done a refund either. So, but you
Good for
can do
you.
that if you have to.
Yeah, you
So,
can. Well,
um,
automation creates a much more luxury customer experience. And then I
mhm,
think most importantly, what it's doing is saving you time and the headache, because it's stopping you from having to go, oh, now I got to go send them a receipt manually. I need to go press a button
right.
and make sure that they got to follow it, because everything is set up in advance with what we call, like, they're like preset, like workflows, electronic workflows is what we call them, so that it helps you do all of that. Okay, step 5 now, the secret number 5 is to manage your entire business really without running around trying to do everything manually. Like, you don't want to like manually be DMing people, right? And then manually texting them and then manually emailing them.
It
We
just
want,
painful to think
oh
about.
God,
It's absolutely We hear this all the time through our different avenues of communication with our customers. And it is just so painful to hear their stories. I mean, I'm not going to lie, in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing, and before Patty, and this was the reason why I called her. I was just
Hmm.
like, I don't have time to call all these people back the second they want a question answered. Granted, I'm here for that, but it is so time consuming. You almost need to hire when you get busy, hopefully.
Yeah, that's what we want.
You just yeah, you want to be busy, but you don't want to hire another person just to answer your phone calls and your DMs and your emails and whatever else is coming through. You just want to get it one and done. And if you're able to answer them automatically now with AI, it does make it so easy to make that happen.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
have that
people, don't
option.
be afraid of AI. It's coming, it's here, it's not going away, where
Right.
it's not overwhelming.
And how great it would be is now that you've got all this happening and everything's tracking in your software. So the same like all-in-one business software is not just communicating with your people and taking orders, but now it's tracking all of your sales and all of
Hmm.
your entire database and every order that you've ever got. So you can really use that too at the end of the year if you're going to do your taxes and all of that. You can have
Hmm.
it all in there and just kind of go, boom, it's done. But
Yeah.
also, on top of that, if you're not going to take online orders, you also want to be able to book events and schedule like contracts and agreements to be sent out electronically to have them sign it. So if you know that you were going to set up like a grazing biz for a wedding table or a wedding event or some sort of corporate event, or you're going to create a bunch of boxes, charcuterie boxes for people, you can have all this stuff set, basically done electronically so that contracts and all of that are happening in the system. But you're also giving them an opportunity to come to your site and contact you and reach out to you. And they, especially when it comes to corporate business, they're not going to work with just some schlubs on the street. I mean, I just don't, I wouldn't, if I didn't trust you, I would have a hard
Yeah.
time saying, I want to give you thousands of dollars for a big event
Yeah.
because you don't look legit. I mean, oh, you're just working off of your TikTok account? Oh, hello. No, you know,
Yeah.
so
I
we
know.
want this to be serious. Everything is organized all in one place. It's basically your charcuterie business in a box when everything is in one spot versus scattered across all these different softwares and accounts and socials and sticky notes and
Mhm.
whatever else. And maybe
Napkins.
you're
I used to do napkins back in the day when I was a real mess.
oh, you're not a real mess now? Oh no, you're not.
I have my days, but
You have your
no,
days.
I feel pretty confident that I'm much more, like I'm 100% more organized than I
Organized
was
than
like
ever.
3 years ago when I was literally doing everything by phone, doing
Right.
it by text, and I just wanted to strangle myself and be like, I don't even want to do this because that part of it was not fun.
Right.
And but now that's why we've done what we've done, because we're just, so focused on trying to stay organized ourselves that we figured we might as well throw it out there to the rest of the
Rest
world.
of the world. Right, exactly. And that's exactly why we're here because we lived through it and we're living through it currently. So, secret number 6 then is staying connected after the sale. So, it's one thing to get one order, but you know what? What a waste not to get future orders out of your people. Shouldn't you continue if they love you, and they probably will?
Hmm.
So what
Hmm.
we want to be able to do is automate some of that follow up and market to the people with other things. Number one, we always want to send thank you emails, which is all automatic in the system.
Yes. Yes.
And how cool is it if you can automate your review requests? Because that's how you get up the ranks of Google. When somebody runs a search and says, hey, I'm looking for charcuterie near me, and you show up, not only you set up your Google Your Business account, which is easy to do, but you're also showing up on the map and they can see your reviews. But those
Hmm.
reviews can also be added to your website so they automatically load in there. So that's awesome, right? And now you're easily doing that. Now, what about holiday promotions? This is the really cool part, is that you have an opportunity to be able to start marketing for there are, just so you know, the major holidays through the year, because I do this all the time, are about 17 major holidays through the year. I say major, we know the major ones, but there are a number of holidays throughout the year, not to mention the side stuff like weddings and, people's individual birthdays or anniversaries and those kind of things. But major holidays, people are looking for food and they're looking for people to provide stuff. How cool is it if you could market 5 weeks in advance of each one of these holidays and it's set up to do this, and everybody in your mailing list is automatically getting your upcoming promotions or your products, right? And so that's an easy, because once it's on and they're in your system, it's automatically happening, right? To get back on the birthday thing, I mean, you can ask everybody what their birth date is, so you can say, oh, we're 2 weeks away from your birthday, we're offering you special, right? Because they might be partying, or maybe their family's partying, for you. So, and you mentioned the newsletters, which I think is a great idea. And you can add in, event planning ideas and just party ideas, or, stuff like that on your newsletter.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
our
Absolutely.
system has, right?
And with that said, that's where we go back to the coupon thing. So what we would call like a bounce back. So you would offer them a 10%. Let's say they booked some charcuterie board with you for Thanksgiving or something. And then you say, if you come back to me within the next 6 months or whatever, here's a bounce back coupon for 10% off or whatever, for your next party.
Right.
So there are multiple different ways to utilize this and just gain more business from the business that you've already obtained.
Right. And by the way, if you wanted to, you could also offer gift cards, and you could either give them away as a thank you gift or sell them, which I think is amazing, because, a lot of people won't use their gift cards. Nothing against you. It's just people tend to not use their gift card. Give me free money. Hello. Thank you. I'll take it.
I know.
I know. So, but I think another thing that you bring up quite often is, where are you going to be at your next event? And when you're out at your events, you hear this all the time. And your QR codes on your business cards or on a sign that people can just scan over and then get connected with you that way. But how often are you asked at events, like, where are you going to be next? Because I don't want, I want to know where you're at, where you're going to be. So it happens a lot.
Right. It happens. I mean, on that one show we were at in Tempe, I counted 12 people that found me from a show that happened a month before.
They love what you have to offer, and they like to see you. And now they've kind of become like, I don't want to say stalkers. I guess I could say friends, but they're not really friends.
They are kind of stalkish, but those are the good kind of stalkers, because they're customers that are going to buy something.
But here's the thing about it is, without having a website, you're not going to be, and all the tools that go behind it to be able to do this on autopilot. You're doing this manually, and this is not the productive way. To like, okay, everybody write your name down on this list. Now I'm going to take it home and put it on my Excel spreadsheet, and maybe I'll get around to figuring out how to email everybody.
I remember doing that.
Really? Oh my God.
Yeah, when I was a food and beverage director, and I did sales as well for different properties that I worked at, because I've been at hotels and I've been at golf courses and ski places, and God only knows. But point is, that's exactly how it worked. You'd end up with this bizarre list, and you're like, oh, plugging it in. It's been like 2 weeks trying to get all the information in there, which is great that you get it and that people are willing to give it up. But nowadays, you don't have to go through that pain. No. And that's what we're trying to tell everybody here.
Yeah, it's instantaneously the minute that they fill out a form. So how cool would it be if you had it on your phone? Let's say you're wearing your hat and your shirt that you work in, which we've got some really cool shirts that I wear, and people laugh at them because it says charcuterie.
We have food puns.
Cutting cheese like a boss. Anyway, you're walking around, with these nice shirts, and then somebody says, "Oh, you sell charcuterie?" Yes, I do. And you just pull up your phone and you've got a QR code on there that they can scan over. They don't even have to touch your phone, and say, yeah, I'd love to give you my info. And you're not passing out business cards. They're just filling a quick form out. That information goes right into the software, CRM, contact relationship management tool. And it will automatically then connect with them. It automatically sends an email out because you've set it up to do that. Says, thanks for joining my list. I'll keep you in the loop. And you start emailing them automatically all year long, forever. right? So,
Hmm.
I mean, or texting if you choose to go texting. So most businesses stop marketing after the sale. That's when
Yeah.
your marketing should really begin. That's because you've got humans that are in your database that you can, and they already bought from you. Who's gonna be the best client for you? Somebody who wants to come back. So that's our secret number 7, and that is building a repeat and referral business, because one customer should lead to many, many more. So now you
Hmm.
have somebody who already loves what you're doing. They're going to go tell others. So the only way to do this is to not have them lose track of you. And this is so important, right? You want those repeat orders. You want to get more corporate clients. And you do a corporate event and you put out your information on your counter if you're doing a charcuterie cart or you've got a grazing table, and the people are going to grab that because wow,
Yeah.
this is amazing. I want to remember this. I mean, there's not been one event that I haven't done that this has not happened. And because it's like artwork, right? People love it.
Hmm.
So there's so many opportunities. And then all you got to do is, like, you could give referral awards or like coupons or, like I said, gift cards. And these are all automatic because it's all built in the software to do all of this. So
Hmm.
the goal isn't just to make one sale. It never is. It's always to create a whole bunch of people, database full of people to come back and back again. And they're only going to do this if you look legit online, right? So our goal right now, Andrea, don't you agree, is that when all of these pieces are put together and you've got an entire business that backs up behind your websites, one thing having the site, right? And then you've got everything going on back here that's running on autopilot, right? I bet you, I don't know if you just heard that. My phone just made a ding. That's a lead coming in. I can just, that's somebody who signed up to get some information from me for free. I probably just banged my mic, so sorry about that. There is so many ways for you to grow your business online, and you should be doing all this on autopilot. So that's what
Hmm.
Charcuterie Sites is here for. We've got different plans for you. If you just want a website, we will build it for you. If you want to learn how to do this from start to finish and be part of our world and just be here all the time, we will be here for you. We have different plans, and you can check them all out down below. Depending on where you're seeing this video, there is going to be information to help you wherever you're at in your process. And we literally are doing this based on our own successful businesses.
Hmm.
I will just tell you honestly, I am a multi-million-dollar digital marketer. I've had tons of experience selling online. Andrea is how many years in the food industry? I don't even know. I mean, we're not young people, as you could probably tell, but
No, but I graduated from culinary school, and yes, I did go to culinary school starting in 1999. I graduated in 2000. So that's how long I've been doing this. And this is
yeah,
not, and things have evolved so crazy. But I have been doing it on my own for over 3 years, and I would not I wish I would have done this sooner. I do.
right.
I kick myself sometimes. Like, well, why am what the heck?
Yeah.
So the reality is anybody can do this, and if you have a passion for whatever it is you're going to sell, however you're going to sell it, we're here for charcuterie. We can also do cottage businesses, but we,
Yeah.
if you love
Any
what you
kind of food.
do, it will come across, but you've got to have the backup, because you don't want to hire a bunch of different people, and spend thousands and literally thousands of dollars that
Oh my
sucks. And
gosh.
it's
Yeah, oh, and
painful.
I've done it. Yeah.
It's a painful experience. Yeah.
Right. Your
So,
entire business in a box becomes the engine that powers your
mhm.
entire business. Basically what it's doing, it's bringing in you new customers, which is capturing your future customers. It's taking orders, it's scheduling, collecting payments on
Yeah.
autopilot, automating all the follow-up and the confirmation of the delivery and the or the pickup. I think the key really is just making sure that you're turning first-time buyers into loyal and repeat long-term customers who are going to refer you. So that's exactly why we built charcuteriesites.com. So click the link below, get signed up. We will get your site built for you in 7 days or less. And if you want to take the next steps to get extra assistance, you have a couple of choices to get the extra help here. But if you just want a site, we have a very affordable, trust me, you will never find anything as affordable to be able to get the full-blown thing to actually make a real business out of this and stop selling through social media. You can't create a whole business and actually quit your 9 to 5 if you're done working for other people. I mean, if you want to make it a side gig, you can, but we really want you not to do that. We want you to make this something special for yourself and something that's a real business, right? Which was both of us have done. So yeah. Well, we're excited that you stuck through this. If you want help, you know where to go. We're right here. Check us out. Andrea, sister, younger baby sister. I love you. We'll see you at the next episode. Bye.
Bye.